What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy Reg here, and before I do this review, I have a couple of announcements I'm gonna make. For one, I'm gonna actually do a CD collection vid, most likely within the next month. I'm just waiting on a couple of more CDs to come. I think two CDs to come by. Two, I just want to say that what was I gonna say? Shit, what was I gonna say? Yeah. My homeboy, Immobiliary One. I just want to say, keep your head up. I heard that one of his videos got taken out by the fucking copyright motherfuckers in YouTube. And yeah, it's like crazy as hell. So fuck it. Other than that, I want to give a quick shout out to my dude Edwin. He requested me to do this album, and the album I'm about to do today is Kanye West's latest studio album, The Life of Pablo, released 2016 on Good Music of the Def Jam on the Roc-A-Fella. Okay, so very controversial album and stuff like that. Um, Singles I'm known for are Famous and hold on, what's the other song? Real Friends and I guess no more parties in LA yet. That's like a single too. Alright, so Kanye West. Where do I start with this guy? Where do I start? If you guys don't know who Kanye West is, he is a producer slash rapper slash um arguably talking shit. Like you see him on the news like every day with his wife. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. He got his start in 1996 when he was just producing for this Chicago rapper named Grave off his album Down to Earth. I've heard a couple of joints on that album, and it's actually pretty dope. I gotta admit that. And so he started doing like a lot of production, but he wasn't really known worldwide yet until when he signed to Roc-A-Fella in 2000. And so Jay Z wanted him to produce some tracks off the Blueprint classic album, by the way. I gotta do a review on that one day. And so yeah, and so that got him a lot of high praise, because the Blueprint was known for like its soulful sound and it's known for like a soulful sound and stuff like that. Because Kanye West, when he came, I'm gonna get into that, but originally like Kanye, he wanted to actually be a rapper and stuff like that. But then people didn't really take him seriously because he was like a producer, and so basically, fast forward to 2002, he got into this major car accident, and it messed his jaw up from what I read. And so that was inspiration when he did his first song called Through the Wire. A dope song, by the way. And so that was available off his mixtape called Get Well Soon. And so from 2003 to 2004, he was working on College Dropout. And College Dropout was released in 2004. Critically acclaimed, my opinion, probably like probably his most important album. And so, because the reason why the album was very successful the way it was because of the fact that you gotta think 2004, like the mid 2000s, like a lot of rappers were going to that I'm a thug stage, like a revival of the gangster rap kind of stage, because you had cats like 50 Cent, Dipset was Dipset was doing the thing, um, Lil Wayne, you know, had that like gangster hardcore like mentality and shit like that. Kanye came out, he was a backpack rapper. He brought like the whole sample bass sound back to hip hop, and like that was like a breath of fresh air. Then that next year, he dropped what in my opinion his best album, in my opinion, Late Registration. Believe it or not, that was actually the first Kanye West album I actually heard. I remember when my sister, she used to have that because she borrowed it from a friend, and the album was just amazing in my opinion. I mean, he had classic songs like "Heard 'Em Say," "Touch the Sky," "We Measure." Um, yeah, I mean, shit goes on and on. I need to get my hand on that rap album, but I see that album everywhere I go. So next time I see it, I'm definitely gonna cop it. Next time, because that album was just so amazing. But also that same year, he caused some controversy because he was doing this Hurricane Katrina telethon, I believe with Mike Myers and Chris Tucker. He infamously said that George Bush don't care about black people and shit. So yeah, he got like a lot of flack for that. And this will not be the last time when he opened his mouth or he said some stuff that caused people to raise their eyebrows. Then in 2006, he dropped his first live album, Orchestration, pretty good album. The next year, 2007, he dropped his third album, Graduation. Graduation was actually, believe it or not, the first hip hop album I actually owned. And the thing about that album was like it had like a stadium rock kind of vibe to it. Like it did still have its soulful samples, but like he expanded his musical genius with that album. And also I remember because that album was released the same day as 50 Cent's Curtis album. And I remember like BT and MTV highly publicizing that sales because you know Kanye and 50 Cent was going through the sales saying who would sell more records. Obviously Kanye did and shit like that. So yeah, graduation that bottomed more like superstar status. I mean, one of my probably like one of my favorite Kanye, like my third favorite album from him. Then tragedy struck that same year. His mom died and like from this surgery and shit like that. And in my opinion, his career was not the same after that moment. His career was not the same. And to top it off, he was dating Amber Rose at that time, and he was gonna have some relationship problem with that. And so all that pain caused him to make 808s and Heartbreak. That was released in 2008. Okay, so 808s. Where do I begin with this album? That album was when I first heard it, it caught me by surprise. I was like, "You using auto tune? Like, bro, really? Are you really fucking using auto tune?" I mean, you hear that a lot, like with T Pain. You know, he like built the mode to it, and so you know, like around that same time, like in 2007, 2008, everybody was using auto tune, and Kanye. When Kanye did it, I kind of low key, I kind of felt like it was kind of like, eh. But listening to the album now, I kind of understand where he was going with that direction because you know, he was going through like a lot of pain, and I kind of see the album as groundbreaking and way ahead of its time. I kind of see the album now as that because if you see the stuff that Drake is doing, um, Cudi is doing, you can trace it all the way back to that album, 808s and Heartbreak. Then around that next year, 2009, he got into this major controversy when he was in the VMAs. He interrupted Taylor Swift acceptance speech. He wanted Beyonce to win. I mean, I don't even. Everybody knows about that. And so he went from an exile from the music, from from the public, where he went to like a little exile. Then in 2010, he dropped My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Hold on 1 minute. Sorry about that. Okay, so My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Um, another I like the album, but I kind of feel like the album is highly overrated. I mean, it's a dope album, very good album. Very, it was critically acclaimed when it came out, but something about it is just overrated. Like I remember when it first came out. No, like 2 days before it even came out, people were saying how much the album was dope and stuff like that. And yeah, it did have some dope songs. It had some very good songs. But I kind of felt like some songs I kind of felt like could have not belonged there. But I'm gonna save my further thoughts on that once I review that. I might probably do that later on this year, most likely. Then also, early 2011, him and Jay Z put out "Watch the Throne." Originally, that was actually supposed to be an EP, but they made it to a whole album. Watch the Throne. That was actually a pretty good album. Um, but at the same time, I kind of got bored with it quick. It's not that I don't like. I just got kind of got bored because everybody was overplaying songs. Like you heard niggas in Paris, no church in the wild. Like people were just overplaying it, and I was kind of like, okay, I can't really listen to this. I hear it everywhere I go and shit. So that next year, 2012, he started dating Kim Kardashian and shit like that, and so it kind of caught me off guard too, because you kind of it kind of caught me off guard and shit like that. 'Cause people did not really know that they were really friends around that time, and so that same year he put out this compilation called "Cruel Summer," which is a compilation to promote like his label mates and stuff like that. Pretty solid compilation. Fast forward to 2013, he put out Yeezus. Oh my god, that album was horrible. I mean, in my opinion, this was when I kind of felt like this was like really the first album from Kanye I can say, oh, this is a bad album and stuff like that. And so that next year, he got married to Kim Kardashian. Yeah, crazy. 2015, 2016, he was promoting Life of Pablo, and he actually released the album like early 2016. I think. Hold on, let me check the date. Let me see. He released the album Life of Pablo like February of 2016, and originally it was actually supposed to called. It went through a lot of names. Like at first it was supposed to be called. I think it was Waves first, then Swish, and then he just changed it to like a lot of different names. He stuck with Life of Pablo. Now he originally released the album February 14th, just Valentine's Day of 2016. But after a couple of days, he withdrew the album because he felt like he could have done so much better with it. Like, and it was kind of like whoa. And so it wasn't until it became more accessible on like Tidal and shit like that. He like early April, like April 1st, he put the album back. Now, okay, so guest appearances are Ty Dolla Sign, Designer, Kid Cudi, Caroline Shaw, Kelly Price, dope singer, The Dream, Chance the Rapper, Kirk Franklin, Rihanna, Young Thug, Chris Brown, The Weeknd, Sia, Vic Mensa, Frank Ocean, Kendrick Lamar, and Post Malone. Production. Now, production include. There's a lot of producers here. Kanye, he was like an executive, of course. Rick Rubin, shouts Rick Rubin. Noah Goldstein, Boy Wonder, Cashmere Cat, DJ DS, Frank Dukes, Charlie Handsome, Havoc, Sinjin Hawk, Charlie Heat, Anthony Kiloffer, Madlib. Madlib does his thing always. Metro Boomin, Menace, Mitas, Hudson Mohawk, Flame Pat, Kareem Riggins, Daz Dillinger. I never thought I'd see Daz on a Kanye album, but Alan Ritter, Caroline Shaw, Southside, Jess Bonafide, Swiss Beats. He's all over this album. Velas and Farnsworth Bentley. Farnsworth Bentley, okay. Whew, wow. All right. So I'm gonna get started with some of these songs. Track number one, Ultralight Beam. That's featuring Chance the Rapper, Kirk Franklin the Dream, and Kelly Price. That's actually a pretty solid song. It's basically his ode to God. Like it has like a. That's another thing about this album. Oh, I forgot to mention the reason why he calls this the life of Pablo because Pablo is, from what I looked up, the Pablo is based on this drug dealer called Pablo Escobar and shit. So that's why he kind of put it life of Pablo. So and the album kind of like has like some songs kind of like has like a gospel kind of theme to it though. But yeah, okay, where was I? Okay, Ultralight Beam. That was a pretty okay song. Kind of like sets the whole tone of the album. Next, track number two, Father Stretch My Hands, part one, featuring Kid Cudi. There, oh my god, that. To be honest, I only like the song because of that beat. I mean, dun, dun, dun. I like how it just builds up, like, and you hear the choir just coming in, and next thing you know it, like, like very, very good song. I like the beat though. I thought the lyrics were okay though, but the beat just took it from me. Then it gets into part two, but I was kind of like, eh. Trap part two features Designer and Caroline Shaw. You guys should know. I'm not the biggest. This dude Designer is just blowing up, and it's crazy because I'm gonna say my thoughts. I'm gonna say my thoughts on that. Next song is Famous featuring Rihanna and Swiss Beats. This is a song that was like very controversial. Basically, he's talking about like fame and all that. Like judging about talking about fame and how fame like alters his life. And so he kind of threw some shots at Taylor Swift because like he said, he said I made that bitch famous and shit. And Loki, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I'm not really a Taylor Swift fan. I feel like her music is very repetitive. Always talk bragging about her ex boyfriend, some guy that did her wrong, whatever. But here's the thing: the issue I have with this song is this. This shit happened like 7 years ago. People have obviously moved on from this, but people have always moved on from this and stuff like that. And for him to bring it back up, it was kind of like, really, dude, like really. Other than that, I can see that song's like become like more of a club banger now and shit. So yeah. Track number five, Feedback, featuring the Feedback. Yeah. So this is like one of the better songs off this album. He's the first verse. He's talking about like he's like a braggadocio and stuff like that. But like he also like draws comparisons to like Pablo Escobar, and that beat is nuts. The beat is nuts and shit though. Next song, Low Lights, featuring Kelly Price. Kelly Price, man, a very underrated singer, very good singer right there. Then it leads up to Highlights, and that features like Young Thug, The Dream, Elder Barge, and Kelly Price. It's okay, but I was not too crazy about the auto tune. I really was not. I mean, yeah, I was not crazy about the auto tune and shit. And basically talking about like the successes he had in his career, like in the Grammy wins and shit like that. Then it leads up to this thing that's called Freestyle 4. And then like after Freestyle 4, I love Kanye like a skit. I could have done without that to be honest, but I kind of see why he put it there. Next song is called Waves, featuring Chris Brown and Kid Cudi. Another one of the better tracks off this album. Like anytime Cudi and Kanye make music, it automatically becomes gold and shit like that. Then you got FML, like Fuck My Life, featuring The Weeknd. Another one of the better songs. Basically, what I got from the song is like he's he's like looking back in his life and like he's basically saying how his relationship impacted his life and arguments like how he grew up from his younger self. But like he also says like he still has faith in his relationship with Kim Kardashian. Then we have Real Friends featuring Ty Dolla Sign, and yeah, I'm not really the biggest Ty Dolla Sign fan though, but I love this song. Like very very relatable song, talking about how where your real friends are at and stuff. So excuse me. Now we have Wolves featuring Sia and Vic Mensa. Now Wolves has a very interesting history. See, the first version came out like in 2005, and then next thing you know, they made a new version without Sia and Vic Mensa's contribution, but they added Frank Ocean's at the outro. And so I believe that version was actually on the original Life of Pablo. But yeah, Wolves, very good song. It's like a fan favorite with like a lot of people. There we have Frank's track, which is what I mentioned before, his outro from Wolves. Next song is Silver Surfer Intermission, where it's like a conversation between Max V and French Montana about Kanye's album. Eh. Then we have 30 Hours featuring Andre 3000. Although I'm a huge Andre 3 Stacks fan, I felt like this song was kind of a little bit, not really one of my favorites. And then we have probably my favorite track on the album, No More Parties in LA featuring Kendrick Lamar. Bruh, when I first heard this shit though, I was hyped. I was like, this is crazy. Like the back and forth between Kendrick and Kanye. I was like, yo, this song, I love the energy to this song. And so it's just talking about how rich people, it's talking about how like Hollywood is known for like its glamorous lifestyle and shit. So, and they just kind of making fun of that. And then you have Facts, but it's actually the Charlie Heat version. Oh, okay. I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention. New Year's Eve of last year, Facts. He dropped Facts, but like this is the version of Facts here. It's not the original version. He, is the version of Facts here is like different from the original version because the beat is different. Like the beat is more better on this, and I'm not really a huge fan of this song because like it's kind of like and it's kind of like his version of Drake and Future's Jumpman album, Jumpman song, yeah. And last is song is Fade featuring Post Malone and Ty Dolla Sign. Again, OK Beat, and that's all the songs off this album. I'm not a fan of this album. I'm sorry, I'm not really a fan of this album. The reason being is because of the fact that I kind of felt like some of the songs were he was repetitive, talking about fame, and he doing like this like materialistic stuff. The guest appearances, excuse me, the guest appearances was it was like more trap artists. Like you had people like hold up, people like Ty Dolla Sign, Designer, Young Thug and shit like. I mean, it's kind of like really like a lot of trap oriented songs. And then also the production, like I think it was starting with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy that he had this overabundance of producers. Because if you looking back in his older Kanye albums like College Dropout, Late Registration, he would have people on his beats, but he kept it a minimum. Always had first hand production. Right here, he has like about 20 to 30. Wait, how many? Like over 20 producers on his album. I'm like, dude, really? And that's another thing too. People like a lot of outside producers can producer songwriters can mess up your whole vibe and stuff like that. So that's why I kind of felt like this. I mean, I kind of felt like this album was just. I mean, I've heard people say that he made his album on purpose. Like he made the album the way it is on purpose. But I don't know. This album is just all over the place. One minute it's like some uplifting songs. Next minute it's like he's talking about um bleaching assholes and shit like that. I mean, like what? Other than that, would I recommend this album? Hmm. I would, I would not really recommend it. I'm sorry. This is Kanye, The Life of Pablo, 2016. If you can listen to one title, I think the physical copy is out already. I think, yeah. This is your boy Reg. Stay tuned for more stuff.